Hey everybody, I'm Michelle from CeilingUnlimitedHealthCoaching.com and the coach of Learn to Run Bend, an all-women's training group training for an all-women's race coming up on May 11th, which is the Bend Happy Girls 5K. This is the latest in a series of videos about how to train for a 5K this coming spring. And today our topic is about how to stay motivated throughout your training. If you're training for a 5K, it's fairly likely that your training plan is somewhere between 8 to 9 weeks long. That is a long time to try to stay motivated, especially if you're just starting to build what I would call a movement practice, which is a new sort of habit or hobby around movement. It can be overwhelming to try to think about all of the ways to stay motivated, so I suggest that you break it down into these 3 chunks. How you get motivated to get out the door to move on the daily, how do you stay motivated while you're moving, and how do you stay motivated between your workouts? Each of these has kind of a bunch of thought associated with it, and I encourage you to get it out a piece of paper and do a little bit of brainstorming yourself, and I'll share some ideas here. As far as how to get motivated to get out the door to move daily, at least for myself, I always aim to go someplace pretty that I want to check in on. I'm lucky to live pretty near to the Deschutes River, so I like to head down there and see what's new that day as the seasons are changing. I also happen to have a dog. And so for me, getting outdoors to move daily means that I don't have a crazy animal to contend with for the rest of the evening. This is the one time that I suggest that people maybe think about getting a puppy. It can also be really motivating for people to reflect on your big why for movement before you go and do your workout. Think about, why is it that you're running? Why are you training for this race? Have that in mind, and that will often help get you out the door. The other thing that can be helpful is membership in something like a training group, where you know, like maybe you're meeting people already to go run on a daily basis, or maybe you see them a couple times a week, but knowing that you're going to need to be able to keep up with them during those workouts helps you get out to do your own individual workouts. So that's how to stay motivated to move daily. How about when you're moving? It's really important that you enjoy your movement, right? So one of the things that I like to do, and this relates to kind of going to pretty places, is really give myself the opportunity to notice things around me. I'm watching for the birds, I'm feeling the wind on my skin. If I'm lucky to be running on the river that day, I'm listening to one set of rapids recede in the distance and then listening for the next one out ahead of me someplace. And that's kind of fun for me. I also find with a lot of runners that if they imagine that the coffee that they get afterwards, is also paired with a croissant or something like that, that can be motivating during a run, knowing what your reward is afterwards. I would highly recommend working out with a friend and making sure that you're staying at a conversational pace so that you can enjoy your workout and not be panting the whole time. You get a little bit of social time in there as well. And then also even celebrating your success in the moment. That might feel excessive somehow, but it can be fun to sort of cheer yourself on in your head. What would you say to a friend who just ran up that hill? Maybe you can turn that around and direct that at yourself. I do think that's helpful. Okay, and finally, how do you stay motivated between workouts? This is usually the crux of the matter. I think it's a great idea that as you're moving through your training plan, you have rewards already set up for yourself. So maybe after you've gone through 2 weeks of your training plan, you've completed 5 or 6 runs, you reward yourself with that new piece of gear that you were super excited about, or you've got a massage scheduled on your calendar. Some people that I've worked with really love having an analog paper calendar, and they X out every workout that they've done, and that really helps them stay motivated. I think it's important to reflect on how things are going, what went right about your run, what did you enjoy about your run, and then also, how did you feel later in the day when you got your run in? All of those good feelings can help motivate you towards your next workout. Finally, it might be useful to have a long-term goal, like a race on the calendar that you're heading towards, so you know you've got to keep making progress. And it's also helpful to be reporting to a friend or a group on a social platform of some sort. Learn to Run Bend, for example, uses Slack, where we can be talking to each other throughout the entire week. Hopefully that's helpful for you as you're training for your first spring 5K. If you think you would be more motivated by being in a training group, I encourage you to go to my website, CeilingUnlimitedHealthCoaching.com. Check out Learn to Run Bend there for more information or to get in touch with me. That training group starts March 16th. It trains for 9 weeks for the Bend Happy Girls 5K on May 11th.